Hey, we're back. Happy Wednesday, or whatever day of the week it is you're watching this. I'm glad you're here tonight. We are going to chat about some of the coolest kitchen features I found on the internet. I got some videos, some pictures. We're going to go through them, see just how cool they really are, and whether maybe you don't even think they're cool. I think most of them are cool. And then we'll talk about how maybe functional they are, or, what our opinions are on those things. And then I have the trend of the week I'm going to bring to your attention. We'll talk about the trend of the week, and you can mull it over what you think the trend of the week is going to be. Maybe put it in the chat somewhere or whatever. And super glad to be back. I know last week we missed a session because I was out with the flu. I don't know what flu it was, but it had me knocked out for a few days. But we're back, feeling good, and super glad to be doing a live stream. So let's just, before we jump into the content, a couple things I want to mention. I have in the description of this video, of the live stream, and in the replay, my kitchen design checklist, which is the just the how do I describe this earlier? The best $7 you'll spend on your kitchen. I don't really know if that's true or not, but it's a kitchen design checklist. You can check it out in the description below if you want to do that and support me in that way. You certainly can. But I also want to mention my kitchen design solution, which is an online kitchen design solution where we work together to design you a functional kitchen, and we work back and forth to do that. And over the internet, it's amazing what you can do with a little bit of connection to the world, and design you a really functional kitchen. And yeah, so you can have a happy life, I guess. I don't know. Oh, my camera is, I'm just kind of looking at my other screen here, and I'm just kind of hoping that it's in tune or focused, I guess, as they say in camera speak. So hello from everyone in the chat. I just want to say hi for a quick second, and then we'll jump into the content. But I see Laura and Terry Joe, and Phil is here. How's the baby, Phil? That's what we all want to know. And happy Thanksgiving. Yes. Yes. Yeah. We want to know how the baby is. Helga. Hi, Helga. Finally had a chance to make it. Woo, woo. Awesome. So glad you could be here. Mavis is here. Mavis, you made it on time. Awesome. So glad everyone's here. When you do jump on, make sure you say hi in the chat, or if you are catching the replay, say hello in the comments down below. Let me know where you're watching from, and if you ever have any questions or anything like that. Definitely, if you're watching live and you have questions, later on we'll do a little question session, and you can ask questions there. And the cool thing is that sometimes if I don't have the answer, a lot of the people in the chat will have an answer or a solution or whatever it is that we're trying to come up with for the question. And I think that's a real thumbs up for this community. There's a poll going. What kind of fridge do you want, or like, or have, or would dream of having? I don't know. You decide on that. But freezer on top, freezer on bottom. I mean, I know there's more than 4 types of fridge combinations, but it only allows you to have 4 in the poll. So freezer on top, freezer on bottom, side by side, or a separate freezer altogether. So like just a standalone fridge, and the freezer's maybe a separate unit, whatnot. So vote on that for me. That would be awesome. We'll check that out later on in the live stream, and we'll jump into some of these really cool things I found on the internet that have to do with just cool kitchen features. And I think they're pretty cool, and we'll look at them and get your opinions. All right, on all that stuff. Whew. All right, let's do this. I'm excited to be back. When you miss a week, it's like I missed y'all last Wednesday, but I was out of it, so not good. I may have a little sip of water there, and we'll go for it from here. And if I ignore you in the chat for a little bit, I will get back to you, and we will we'll have fun. This is the first thing. I want you to just check this out. Have a look at this. Blew my mind. This was the one. This is what sparked my kind of idea for this. I just think, what in the world? I think it's 2 things. Super cool. I don't know how functional it is. I don't know if you're ever going to get out of there. I have a couple questions about it, but I love it when I come across stuff on the internet that I've never seen before. And this is a really cool solution. It'll play again, hopefully. Here, we'll just, yeah, it plays again here. It's a really cool solution. If the structure of this home had that staircase there to go to the basement, and there was no way to get around that, that would make for a really awkward kitchen space. And they they did this as a way to kind of tie it all into the kitchen. I think it's really, really cool. I don't know, if that's going to be functional. The rest of the kitchen looks really good. I think it looks very functional. I mean, the fridge and the range is kind of tight, but the whole kitchen's kind of small. They got these extra cabinets here. But I mean, just look at it again. I couldn't get enough of this when I seen it. Oh, there we know. We'll start it again. I just thought this is so neat. This is on Kitchens of Insta. Just wow. Like, come on, really? Now, I checked out the comments. This isn't on. This is like a screenshot, so I can't scroll through the comments. But I will say most people had pretty negative opinions on this because of a variety of different reasons. And I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I'm really interested to know like the hardware that's used for that. The hardware used for that is basically on one side. It must be really, really good hardware because that'd be a heavy piece of countertop. And whether you can ever get out of there or not, or is it easy to move that when you're coming up from the basement? I don't know. I don't even care about any of those questions. I think this is a really neat way to do that. Let's just look at it one more time, and then oops, and then we'll put it to rest. We'll look at the next one. I know you all seen this, but let's just watch it all happen again. Yeah, see the comments there? Does she come back up? Can she? Can she get out of there? No, they didn't put any provision in the building to make sure she can get out of the basement. And nope, unless there's an exit door in the basement, it's a no for me. It might be a no for you, Mergle16, because you can't afford it. But I don't know. I think it's a pretty ingenious idea. Let me know what you think. All right, let's do the next one. Michael Blair Mercer, hey. Love to see when my good friends show up. I mean, you're all my good friends, but me and Mike go back quite a ways. Thanks for being here, Mike. Here's the next one. Check this out. What is this one? Oh yeah, this is just something we've seen before, nothing new. But I just love these pull-out cutlery. Here, can I pause it? Give me a break. Okay. I love these cutlery pullouts. I know they're very expensive, but a lot of these accessories are expensive. This one at Home Depot runs like in the $500 range, which is like, what? $500 for a pullout in my kitchen? Yes. you know, it- One thing I learned in sales is that price is relative, and don't worry about it. Don't tell a customer that you can't afford that or it's too expensive. Let them decide if it's too expensive or not too expensive. You just tell them the price, and maybe that's a great deal for somebody. I don't know. For me personally, no, it's not. But in the scope of a full kitchen renovation where you could plan out and budget that in, I think adding these things really make a kitchen that just extra functional, and I just love it. Um, so easy to access. Now, I don't know. I've never had one, so I don't know the ramifications of using it and whether or not it's clunky to use or easy to use. I don't know, but it certainly looked really cool when I see them. And then they're not new. I know they've been around for quite a while, but yeah, I mean, I just think they're awesome. Oh yeah, this one here. Just these. I don't want. I want to know what your opinion on this is. The pull out shelves. Now these aren't pull down units. This is a pull out unit. The top is still pretty high, but it does make it pretty easy. Let me play that again. And there we go. It makes it pretty easy to access those things. Like first, second, third shelf, definitely a thumbs up because you can actually get at those things a lot easier when they're pulled out. The top shelf is the top shelf, and it's probably going to be out of reach for most people anyway. So whatever, that's no big deal, and that doesn't bother me a whole lot. But I really like the look of that a lot. So again, these probably cost a pretty penny as well to install, but something to think about. These are really, really cool. Not as cool as a pull down unit. We'll see one of those a little bit later, and I have some pictures. But this doesn't solve. Yeah, Mike's saying I thought without the pull down unit, still doesn't solve the high shelf issue, and it certainly doesn't. So, but if maybe this is half the price of a pull down, or you have a narrow cabinet, because these are individual installs, so you could fit this into a narrow cabinet, like a 9-inch. cabinet, or even probably less than that. And so if that's the case, I think this is a really good unit. If you can't find a narrow pull down, this would be probably the way to go. I like it. Very cool. Okay, let's check this next one out. Um, I'm going to let this play. I just want you to think about a couple of things. One, this is a really great way to store your spices because they're all right there. All the types of spice organizers that I've dealt with or had over the years, this was my favorite type. In a drawer, very easy to access, and everything's right there. You can see it. Now, the one I have now is a pull-out unit, and it's top down. You can look in the side. The bottom of it is actually not that great. It's hard to get at stuff on the bottom. These units are really, really cool. And I want you to just appreciate for a minute the amount of work it took for this, like, what is it, a 7-second clip? The amount of work it took to do that stop motion, because they would have had to advance every piece for every single shot. It's incredible. So yeah, Jackie knows. She's appreciating it right now. How long did it take to film the Marching Spices? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe so, Mike. They are satisfying for me to see. It's because they're freaking awesome. Anyway, this thing is really cool, and this video, props to them. This would take all day to film that. So anyway, I think that's really cool on a couple levels. But if you think about spice inserts, that's the way to go. Let me know what you think. How do you do your spices? Are they in a top cabinet? Are they on one of those attached to the door type of items? You attach it to the door and they go in there. Or are they in a drawer? Are they in a pullout? Are they in a base cabinet? Lots of different ways to do it, but you got to find the way that's the most accessible for you. But I definitely think that's a good way to do it. Now, this next one, let's just play for a second, and look, check this out. They got the LEDs all ready to go underneath, and then they put the countertop on. Look how it glows. Okay, like I don't know, but I think it's pretty cool. I think if you got, I mean, obviously this is a pretty high-end kitchen by the look of those corbels and, just everything there. It's a washed cabinet, so, that just screams upcharge. But yeah, this is next level. Really, really neat. Stuff like that's like just over the top, absolutely no need of it whatsoever. But hey, Jim, you got an extra $5,000 to spend. I got a great place for you to spend it. And I mean, just that sheet of lights alone is super cool. I just think these things are awesome. And yeah, the type of countertop that is, Terry Jo says that must be onyx. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. But it's neat. Let's look at it one more time. I mean, I just think about you come down at night and just the look of that would be incredible. So cool. Now, what if half of them go out? I don't know what you do then, but so cool. All right, awesome. That's another cool thing. Now let's look at this next one here. Now, this next one's cool, but I'm not sure how practical it is. All right. So she pulls out, the doors slide in, pocket doors, which are awesome. Okay, and pocket doors. So all that's neat. Okay, good. And then you got these pull-out adjustable shelves. Okay, you can just put them anywhere. And then this thing, I know we've probably seen these before, but the sink is just hidden. And then the faucet comes up, small sink. My question is, as cool as this is, when I go to use my kitchen, I don't know if I want to go through this much work, Let's see if we can advance this or she's doing that again. This is just a lot of work to me, but these ideas are cool. I guess you wouldn't do this every single time that you had to use your kitchen, but I mean, it's very nice, very cool. There's the oven. She's like, yay, look at this. Look what I did. I moved the door. And then the shelves, those are all good. That's a very expensive unit. I mean, all of this is just super, super expensive. And the countertop there, this must be a display because they have like a cover on that countertop of some type. It looks like a cover of some kind. Anyways, yeah, how practical it is, I don't know. But I thought it was cool at the very least. All that stuff can be hidden. If that's something you'd like to do, I think they're talking about how it's like kind of minimalistic. So if you'd like your kitchen to look like there's actually not a kitchen, but underneath there's a whole bunch of kitchen stuff there, this is the way to do it. So yeah, good point, Phil. Regular doors would work the exact same way, but these ones fold back in so they're not in your way. So that's the cool factor for me. And the fact that everything's hidden. I don't know how functional it is. I don't know how usable it is, but you know, that's not for this video. That's for something else. We can talk about that elsewhere, how functional it is. Now, the last of the videos, I mean, we've all seen these. These are nothing new. Just some pull-out corner drawers and just again something we can do in the corner. I like these ones particularly because they're inset, and a lot of the ones that aren't inset. Here, let me show you that again. The mechanism like pops out. The door drawer fronts pop out and then they pull out. But these inset ones just all fit together. So what's this? Fun Stuff Friday. Corner drawers, perfect for those longer kitchen goals. Oh, tools. And grill utensils. I do agree. They can be very, very functional. So much better than a lazy Susan. Yeah, anything's better than a lazy Susan. So there you go. Still a lot of wasted storage, but very accessible. I don't know, are they as popular as maybe they should be? I really don't know. I know one thing. I do very, very, very few corner drawer units for clients. Rarely ever do I do a corner drawer unit. So I don't know how popular they are. You see them a lot, and I think they're cool. I think they're a cool way to do a corner if you want to, invest in doing that. So, and this is the best comment. I've heard that not even using the corner is a good idea compared to a lazy Susan. Comment of the night, Torkel Burger. Yes, I totally agree. And that's why I just block those things off as many times as I'm allowed to because of that very reason. Do not like any type of corner unit, really. But that's just me, that's just the way I like to roll. How's our poll doing? And we'll get into some of the pictures that I found of some pretty cool things on the internet. But we've got 10% say freezer on top, 67% freezer on bottom, which is kind of what I figured would be the case because it's just the most common fridge out there right now. So most people have those and they're very convenient. I have one with the freezer drawer, and then there's a drawer inside of it as well, which is kind of cool, which I think is probably a pretty standard feature. And side by side, 16%, and a separate freezer, 6. Though I think just having a separate stand-up freezer, like out in your garage or in a pantry, is a great idea if you have room for it. I think that's certainly something that you should think about. All right, let's do these next ones. Let's jump in the comments for one quick second before I do. I see some comments. I'm frustrated by my spice setup. It's 12 inches wide cabinet. Oh, U-shaped shelves to view most. Yeah, 12 inches wide. By the time you get that unit in there, it's pretty narrow. And that's sort of what mine is. Mine's the exact same way. And I don't love it, but it is what it is. Well, if you don't love it, why'd you put it in your kitchen designer? I don't know. I just did. I had one of those. Hey, Raymond. Nice. Thanks for being here. I had one of those spice drawers in previous kitchen, but I would need at least 3 more for all my spices. One would only be, for the ones most used. And that's a good point. A lot of people have a lot of spices, but if you do take the ones that you use the most and put them there, I think that's pretty convenient. And then all the other ones maybe have a pullout or a separate, drawer or rack or something that you can store those into. And of course, it all depends on, again, how many spices you have. I know I mentioned before, if it was just me, I wouldn't need any drawer. I just have salt and pepper and then just keep it on my table. But Amy is very spicy. And so we have lots of different spices. So you got to have a better way to do it than just that. Right? I have two-level round spinning racks in an upper cabinet. I have lots of spices. I've seen that too on the interwebs. Those are kind of cool. Also, and that's a great way to do it if you have the extra room for that. One of those lazy Susan, turnstile things. Very cool. Michael, you're watching from Facebook. Very nice. My spice setup, you have to reach over the stove and pull them out. I hate it. Yeah, reaching over a stove is not my favorite thing to do. That's why I don't like OTRs. I have 2 spice drawers. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. So you're spicy as well, because if you have 2 spice drawers, you need to have a lot of spices. Okay, I gotta just take a drink. Phil has a 3D printer. I can custom make a spice rack like that and hang it vertically. A 3D printer, hey? We should get together and come up with a design for something, like a new invention for the kitchen. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. We'll 3D print something. We'll prototype it. Email me. Okay. Actually, I have an idea for something else, not kitchen related, that I want to prototype. It's not my idea though. It's my wife's. And I can't say what it is. So email me, Phil. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Let's check out these. Aren't videos. These are just pictures that I found. These are all on in Instagram, by the way, obviously, as you can tell from the Instagram picture. This is just kind of random stuff that I found that I thought interesting. So here we go. Anything new? No, nothing new. Just rehashed stuff from 2022. I do like this idea. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just like extra money. I'm sure that drawer system costs a whole lot to get those lights because they're inserted into the drawer rail. They look really nice, and I like the look of it. For that reason, it's on the cool list because I just think, it's cool. And I'll tell you, you mentioned about if I've seen anything new for the kitchen. These door styles are becoming very popular for 2023, apparently. So this beaded, reeded door style is very popular. So that's kind of what's new in the 2023 market. You'll see more pictures of this stuff popping up everywhere. Is my opinion? Is my thought? Fluted, yeah. It's a fluted exterior, beaded, fluted. So I like it, actually. I do like it, but I think it might get tiresome. Hard to say. We'll see what happens. Where are we sitting on black kitchens? I love black kitchens. I don't know how. I mean, I think they're just the same. I don't think they're any more popular or less popular. They're certainly not going to be the go-to trend for 2023. So, but I think they're really nice. Paired with some natural cherry wood or natural oak or even natural maple or walnut in a high gloss, really cool, but not the black in a high gloss. Do that in a matte. Like I'm an interior designer and I know anything. All right, what am I looking at here? Can anyone tell me what I think is cool about this picture? I'll leave it there for a second. Can you tell me what I think is cool about this picture? Or what do I think is the good idea, more or less? Not that it's just cool, but I think there's a good idea in this picture. And I want to see. I'll just leave it up here for a second. Just for a second, I'll leave it up. I'll take a drink here and all right, all right. You love the open shelves. Yes, yes. Hidden pantry. Mm-hmm. Come on, keep going. A couple more. Don't be afraid. Storage on the door. There we go, Jackie. You hit it. You get enough swings at bat, and you'll get there. The built-in wine rack, and the reason I think it's cool is because this fridge is going to need to have any fridge, in fact, is going to have a certain amount of distance for clearance so that door can open properly. And, this is a great way to do it. Normally, you need about 6 inches for that clearance. And so instead of just having a filler, just a big chunky filler, this is a really cool way to do it. Now, I don't know. I think it looks awesome, to be honest with you. I think it's cool. Yes, it's excuse me. These are just little open shelves. Really, is all they are when you really think about it. These little cubbies. So okay, yes, maybe they're difficult to clean, or maybe if you got big thick forearms, they get stuck in there. I don't know. They don't need to be full depth. They only need to be about 15 inches deep. And this is a great way to do it. I really think it's cool. I don't know anything about wine, Laura, because I don't drink wine. So I have no idea if the heat, but you know what? You know what I do love? I love San Pellegrino, and I could fill that baby up and just be fine because I know the heat from the fridge will not hurt the San Pellegrino. So, there you go. I love those. I think it looks cool. And yeah, do the doors overlap? No, they don't, but they do certainly do look they do because they look big. But I think it's just perspective of the picture. But I think that's really cool, and I've seen that. I've seen it before, and I've done sort of similar things, but not like that. I think that's the easiest, simplest, and a really neat way to do it. Because otherwise, you'd have some kind of pull-out system. It gets very pricey, and I think this overall would be maybe less. So I love it. I really think that's a good idea. So, and then if you're a wine aficionado, you'll know more than I do. This one here I thought was cool. I love when I see things that I've never seen before. I honestly have never seen this before. Now maybe you have. I don't go looking for stuff a lot, but I went looking for stuff today, and just look at that, so neat. Uh, you know, Obviously it sticks out, but I love the wood color. And there you go. You need a tray table for your hungry man dinner when you're watching the game or something. They're right there for you. It's not for everybody, but for the right person, this could be really, really cool. And I just think it's a neat idea, for those things. And again, it's a neat way or an interesting way to use a narrow space creatively. And I love when I see those types of things. So that to me was kind of interesting. Jackie's having trouble. Sorry, Jackie. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, this is a similar one here, but this has the cutting blocks up top, and then the serving trays down below. And this looks like it's maybe on the inside of a peninsula, or that's against a wall. So maybe it's a peninsula against a wall. Hard to say from that picture. It doesn't really matter. But just again, a really interesting way to do something like this, and a neat way to store those things creatively, and it gives it a unique look. So I like that. I think it's really, really, really neat. All right. What do you think, guys? Do you think you like it or not? Not for everybody, but in the right application, the right person, they might love it. This here, I looked at this for a minute. I'm like, what am I looking at here? And it's the stove shelf. It's the stove shelf. Stove shelf for the win. I love my new stove shelf for my seasonings on my stove. Durable, convenient, and easy installation. Think magnetic. So you just set it on. It doesn't get any easier. Yeah, I am not against this at all. I mean, go for it. Why not? If it makes your life in the kitchen easier, then why shouldn't you got it, or why shouldn't you get it? Um, I don't know. I just think it's awesome. Now, again, it doesn't solve the fact you got to reach across over the back of your stove to get those things, but you know, whatever. Big fat nope from Michael Blair Mercer. Why don't you like it? I think it's cool. Jackie has a stove shelf. There you go. I like it. I don't know. I don't know if it works. I'm getting mixed reviews on it in the chat, but when I see it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat. Stove shelf. You can store your axe up there like they're doing. All right, let's do the next one. All right, of course, I had to put in a pull down wall unit. And the reason I put this one on there is because it's a wall unit that goes to the top and it leaves the bottom of the cabinet. The shelf is there, so you can put stuff on that shelf. And then the second and top, you're able to pull down. Also, this one looks nice, has a nice, it's pretty looking with the oak and the finish on the metal. Obviously this probably costs a pretty penny as well, but I think if you're going to do a wall pull down unit, that it's a good idea to have one like this where you can pull down stuff and the first shelf is already accessible, so you don't need to pull that section out, but just the middle and the top. I think that's a great way to do it. So I really like this one for that reason. Cool. Oh my gosh, just take it in for a second. Look at that. I'm always looking for a way to like do the paper towel thing. And I just seen that. I'm like, yes, that's the best way to do paper towel. I don't know how that's going to work on a thicker roll. Already looks like it's pretty small, but man, so cool. Maybe you get like a German Shepherd or something else, or a cat, or some other type of animal. And I mean, that's definitely not for everybody, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Look at it. How cute is the paper towel holder? How cute is that paper towel holder for dog lovers? I need this in my kitchen, in the kitchen immediately. I wouldn't get one. I just thought it was cool. All right. Let's just be clear. Liger. Oh my. Michael, it's funny that you mentioned that. I was this close to wearing my Vote for Pedro shirt tonight. That would have been awesome if I did because you were here. All right, this one's cool. This picture is a little skewed because both of these things are open. But what I want you to look at is the not spice rack, the pull-out tray divider. This is one of the best ways to do pull-out tray dividers, or tray dividers in general, because and you look at this one, just another version of it, but trays are tricky, and this has different things in there as well, the wood block, cutting board, and the drying rack. But having it so that it pulls out, everything standing up, those are the best ways. Now I know you can get them that they're in the cabinet and they're pretty accessible as well. And then the worst option is just they're in a drawer, just all laying flat. And that's just the most difficult to kind of deal with. But if you're looking for convenience and ease of use, having a pull-out unit is really good. And they don't have to be super wide. You can get them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many slots you need. I've seen them in 12-inch cabinets, and you can use them with that. So just another interesting way to do, make this part of your kitchen a little more accessible. So a pull-out spice, or not spice rack, a pull-out tray divider, really neat. This one in this picture looks like it's narrower, probably 15 inches maybe, and or even maybe less than that, and it's pretty compact and everything fits in there quite nicely. This one, the door pulls out, and the other one, the door opens, and then the unit pulls out. Either one is good, I guess, but I think that's a definite way to do it if you're considering that maybe an upcoming renovation. I've done a lot of those over the years, and I definitely think they are a good way to do it. So, what's the next one here? Oh yeah. So okay. So that's let's jump into the chat for a second. I see some people. Woof. Nope on the paper towel holder. The pop is a no for Jackie. It's not for everybody. I guess I got to return your Christmas gift, Jackie. Shoot. Oh well. I like the slot doors. Those go. Yeah, those are really, really interesting. I love them. Okay, let's talk about trend of the week, and then we will jump back into the chat for a bit. The reason and let me just see, what do you think the trend of the week is? Put it in for me. What this week's trend of the week is. It's the first time I've done this, so I don't know. Just something to talk about. This is a trend that I particularly don't. I don't know if I don't like it. I do like it. It's not for everybody. Many people don't like it, and there's a lot of talk about how it's it's not popular anymore, but that's not true. It's very popular. You see it everywhere. And if you can guess what it is, and hit the like button on your way in or out or anytime. Please don't waste your cash on that, Mark. I'll take an empty gift merch gift. Oh, okay. All right, cool. I'll have to get some t-shirts made. Should I? I don't know. Should I get some merch? I don't have any merch. Um, I just get these personally made from my daughter. All right, we got someone saying farm sinks, tile countertops. No, no, actually, it's neither of those. All right, Phil's on the shirt wagon. All right, I can think about shirts. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just do this. Kitchen trend of the week. I was just so not impressed with this because I can't believe it. Um, well, double islands, good guess, but not it. And these are all all good guesses, and they'll probably show up in future trends of the week that we can talk about. But the kitchen trend of the week that we're going to discuss tonight for a few minutes and talk about is this one. Oh, are you kidding me? White subway tiles? Seriously? Just kidding. It's the open shelf, of course. The open shelf, the trend of the week. It's that thing that's not going away, and I've seen on different blogs or people's lists that they're saying like open shelves are out in 2023. They're out. They're no more. I'm like, I'm telling you, listen, their open shelf is not going away ever, 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 ever. It's not going to go away. You can be like, it is going to go away. It's not, and we can just wait and let time play out. But I'm telling you, the open shelf is very popular. Now, we have a lot of people who don't like them and a lot of people who do like them. And it's just interesting the polarity of certain design features and certain trends. And this is one of the ones that definitely has that polarity. People either really just don't like them at all, people really, really like them. And this community is no different. And I'm kind of on the fence. And I've had them before. So I took out a cabinet. I had open shelf made, and I liked them, I didn't like them. You got to keep them neat and tidy. We you had a bunch of it's dusty. You do get bugs that die in your cups. Like, why do they choose to die in your cups and your bowls? And you flip them upside down, do all that stuff, but you still get that issue, of course. But this isn't about my opinion on these or even our opinion on these. I'm just telling you that this is one of the trends, whether we like it or not, that's not going to go away anytime soon. No matter what the issues are with them, it's just one of those things that people see and they like, and they don't think about it. They don't think about the cleaning. They just think about it. They see it on HDTV. They see all the different designers still using them in kitchen designs, and they're like, wow, they look beautiful. And of course they look beautiful because they're curated and on and on and on and on. But they're just not going away for that reason, because people keep seeing them. Now, I think maybe if people seen them in reality, where they're not curated, where they're all a mess, where they're dusty maybe, or where they're you're cleaning grease off it because it's around your range, maybe that would cause the trend to take a nosedive. But I think for that reason, that they're kind of put in this light, because honestly, you go look at you can just Google open shelves in kitchens. You'll see so many beautiful pictures of open shelves. They're all just beautiful. And it's interesting because I went on and I looked, when you go to look for pictures of, say, because I've tried this, ugly kitchens, and you go to Google Images, you'll find just like kind of cruddy pictures of just people, in their house, whatever. Like they're not professional pictures. But if you type in beautiful kitchens, you get a whole different type of photography, because most people aren't trying to sell you ugly kitchens. So there's no marketing advantage to making a beautiful picture of an ugly kitchen. There'd only be one to making a beautiful picture of a beautiful kitchen. And I thought it was interesting when I started typing ugly kitchens. It's like, I can't find a good picture of an ugly kitchen. They're all cruddy quality, low quality, pixelated, out of focus, not lit properly. And of course, who wants a picture of that? Well, I do as a content creator, but no one else does. But when you go to look for beautiful pictures, you'll find beautiful pictures of kitchens, and they're all, curated and decorated and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, um, this is one of those things that I think is going to stick around for a long time. And that's why it's the trend of the week. Not my favorite trend. I didn't put them in my newer kitchen because, they weren't that great. They whatever. They were cool. We tried them, but nothing to be like, wow, I definitely have to have that again. Like in comparison to the spice drawer insert, no comparison. In comparison to a lot of other functional design options that you can get, like almost everything else we looked at tonight, I don't think these are worth it. But you might really love them and you might have them. Of course, we chatted with Nick Lewis, and he said, like, most people don't have that many nice things to put on a shelf like that. And, so now maybe you do. Maybe you have tons of nice things. I just had regular cups and bowls on there, and, I think we had a little cow ornament that fell off like 2 or 3 times and broke. Um, You can see that same cow ornament in some of my videos on my windowsill behind my sink. So yeah, open shelf. That is the trend of the week. And Jeff is not a champion. He's not championing the open shelf. You might be a champion, Jeff. You're a Chapman, but you might be a champion as well. I'm sure you are. But you don't champion the open shelf. That's what I'm trying to say. You have dust in open shelves, air quality issue, in my opinion. And I agree, actually. And open shelves suck for various reasons. Yeah. I prefer eating out of clean bowls. I mean, the jury is definitely in. It's a not for me. How many likes? We got 24 likes, Jackie. We need to do better. Hit the like button if you're watching. I do appreciate it. You can do that on any device, whether or not you have thumbs on a keyboard or a control in your hand. That'd be great if you can give it a like. Dave, hey, we've had open shelves pitched to us lately to replace an awkward place cabinet above our peninsula. They'd be far enough from the splatter zone that they won't have to be cleaned that often. Well, you'd be surprised how often they do have to be cleaned, even if they're not close to a splatter zone. But you have a peninsula with hanging cabinets, and then you're going to basically put open shelves there. Is that what you're talking about? So they're like hanging open shelves? Interesting. I'd get rid of all of them, open it right up. But you still do definitely have to clean them because they get dusty. But anyway, interesting. I guess you'd have to see it, see it in 3D, see a picture of it on a design to see if it's something that you want to do. I probably wouldn't, but I don't want to say that you shouldn't, because what do I know? I don't know. You might love them. What's this? You should pop that face Kitchen of the Week on some merch. I want to sell the merch. I don't just want it. I don't know if that would sell. Kitchen Trend of the Week. I should have that with like some other thing, like OTRs are amazing, or I don't know, something crazy. Yeah, that is a great. Sorry that picture's just sitting there staring at you. Hey, Darlene's here. Thumbs up at the door. She knows what's up. It doesn't matter to me how popular trend is. I will never do open shelves. Yeah. Yeah, lots of people don't like those open shelves. So how come then they are still so popular? They're just very, very popular still. Even though lots of designers and lots of blogs are saying they're out. I'm going to say that they're not. I don't think so. I don't think they're out at all. I think they are very much going to still be in. And for the right person, the right setting with the right stuff, it could be the right idea. But you know, maybe not for you. All right, how's our poll doing? A sip of water. Good, good, good. Very good. Darlene, I had to polish all my cabinets. Let's just read this together. I still had to polish all my cabinets, so I opted for drawer banks with a few open shelves that I use daily and just wipe them. Yeah, if you don't mind cleaning them, you're wiping your cabinets anyway, no big deal. We all have a different approach to it, so Darlene loves them, but not overloaded, and that's key, not to overload them. Well, I mean, the jury's out on that one, but I think predominantly most people don't like them, but I don't know, lots of people still move that way, and lots of designers go that way. I think designers are moving on, but that's what designers do. They set us all up for trends, then move on to something else. I wonder. I wonder. Here's what I think about trends. Just two things. One is that trends are largely driven by the market. For instance, if something's really popular, the reason it's popular is because people are purchasing it. And so therefore it's, it becomes trendy. People are purchasing it, but it gets those things that people are buying. They have to be seen. They have to be shown those things to buy. So how do you do that? Well, certain designers who have a big influence maybe, or a bigger reach, if they're promoting a particular thing and more people see that particular thing, then more people are going to buy that particular thing. You know, that's not a blanket statement, but kind of that's how it goes. And then also different companies like Home Depot or IKEA or other major players in the industry, they'll also drive trends because they'll go to these big shows like Eurocachina, which is we talked about this before, but it's a big show in Milan, and it's all the upcoming, you know, trends and stuff in the kitchen industry. It's a massive show, totally incredible. I'd love to go someday to see that. It's the show. It only happens every 2 years. And so they have reps from all those companies, IKEA, Home Depot, whatever, all the different companies. And they go to these places and they see the things that are new, upcoming, and they plan out their purchasing and the things they're going to stock and skew in their stores, based on a lot of these things. And so those things become popular because they're just so readily available. And you could probably take 10 different items. They're all cool. And you decide on 5 of them. And you could sell any 10 of these. You take 5, you put them in your store, you sell them, and they become very popular. So trends are driven in different ways, and it's sort of a mystery. But yeah, I think designers maybe react to some of these things, maybe the ones that they like, and they push those things. Because and then do they not like them after a while? And so what you're saying is they move on to something else. So yeah, it's interesting how trends become trends, but I think it's largely consumer driven, in my opinion. And then there's fads, of course. Then that's a totally different thing because there's fads, like the reeded fluted door. I think that's going to be a fad. I don't believe that's going to become a trend. A trend to me is something that year over year over year is popular amongst consumers. White kitchens are popular year over year over year, and quartz countertop is popular year over year over year. Those things transcend trends, become in something else even, um, and they become, I guess, timeless. That's not the right word for it because they're not really timeless, but they become something that's just people gravitate towards all the time, for various different reasons. And I think that's something else to consider as well. Let's just go back here. Da, 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 da. Do they have a kitchen show in Canada? No, they don't really. The NKBH has a big show, and I think it's in Las Vegas in January. It's too big a trip for me to make, so someday I'll go to it. Oh, it's also a generational thing. Millennials mostly don't care to have kitchens of the 90s they grew up with. Yeah, that's another thing that drives trends is just generations, different generations. Like, maybe right now there'd be different generations that are driving those trends as well and things that they like. So that's a good point, actually, that I never thought of. So cool. Darlene, true designers like Mark, for instance, say stay abreast of trends, yet allow the customer to express their opinions to come to a reasonable, functional, and cost-effective kitchen. Yeah, because I don't get on the trend bandwagon. If it's something you're interested in your kitchen, you one go for it. It doesn't matter to me. And the other thing is that it has to work for you, and you have to love it. So that's the big thing. And everybody's different. I think all trends are good in the sense that there's somebody who likes almost anything, and so it's not for everybody. But these companies are going to pick the things that the most amount of consumers are going to want to um, purchase. That's why you'll never see bright yellow kitchens in stock at Home Depot. You'll never see that. Even if, like, whatever the color of the year is, if it's green or blue, like, you'll rarely see stock lineups of cabinets veering away from the most popular, you know, relied upon thing for consumers. There might be some outliers in there now and then, but consistently you'll see those types of things. Um, Watch Home Depot stock yellow cabinets now. Special order is something different, but in stock, off the shelf, they're going to gravitate to the thing that most consumers are going to gravitate towards. And so those things seem like they're trends because everyone's purchasing them. I hope that makes sense. I don't even know if I'm talking right, but KBIS, that's what I'm trying to say. There it is. I knew it was Las Vegas, January. Yeah, okay. I thought it was January. Raymond, are you going? Send me a ticket, would you? I need a plane ticket and ticket to the show. That would be great. I'd love to go someday. Maybe when it's on the East Coast, I'll do it. Or I get those massive YouTube checks start rolling in. Mark, when will you open an IKEA outlet in our neck of the woods? Never. I will never open an IKEA outlet or any outlet. I'm an online entrepreneur. Plus hotel. Thank you. But yeah, and IKEA will probably never come this way. Oh, you went 3 years ago, Raymond. Cool. Yeah. Years and years ago, I know some people who went. It was in Florida at the time, a long, long time ago. I've run a place. The kitchen's avocado and pale pink, functional kitchens, but very out of date. Yeah. Well, you know what? At least they were functional. No, that's right. Never say never. You never know what the future holds. I'll get there someday. The show I want to go to is Eurocachina. That's the big one in Milan. I think it's in Milan. Milan. It's in Milan, darling. That's the one you want to get to, not the KBIS show. All right, so that's the kitchen trend of the week. We'll leave it at that. I don't know whether or not you want to get it, but David is saying I'm still not sold on the open shelf. But they mostly hold plants on the bottom shelf, some of our decorative copper stuff on the top, and hanging wine glasses on the bottom. I think, David, that if you see two designs, one with and one without, the one without is going to look the most open, um, and the one with the shelves is probably going to look a little more cluttered. In my opinion, you should definitely see both options from your designer, so you can get a good taste. Because I mean, that's all. Those are all great reasons, and good ideas. So definitely see it with and without. And if those things are important to you, then that's definitely something you want to consider, because you need a place for the plants and you need a place for hanging wine glasses. I think that's cool. Um, and then how is that going to be with the line of sight to what's behind that? How low are they going to be? Is there seating on the back of that? How much of a work surface, and is that stuff going to be in your face? If there's hanging wine glasses, maybe it's for making cocktails and it's more of a bar area, so it might be uh, better served that way. So lots of different things you kind of got to think about. That's why there's no like one kitchen fits all. It's one kitchen has to fit you and your needs, and that's really important. So thanks. uh, all right. Well, listen, we've been an hour, which is great. I can't do 2 hours just because I missed one last week, but I do appreciate everyone being here. I really, really do. Constantly supporting me. I'll think about the shirts and what I'm going to put on those. I have no idea. That's something else. Maybe in the new year we'll think about some merch, and I appreciate all the different ideas for that. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks for being on tonight. Of course, check out my if there's 47 of us. What are we at with? Oh, we got a few more likes. Hit the like button before you leave. Let's check the poll and then I'll say goodbye officially. Freezer on top, 8%. Ooh, interesting. Freezer on bottom, 66. So freezer on bottom for the win. Side by side, 15%. Separate freezer, 11%. Freezer on bottom, again, it's what you see the most of, but it's also very convenient. I actually love ours. Freezer on top always seemed to be just stuff jammed in there and easy, hard to access, but the drawer option is definitely much better. Plus, it's another drawer in your kitchen, which I can't have enough of those. And and so that's for the win. And maybe my, my wife my wife is spicy. That so that with that face or some other kind of face. My wife is spicy. She is spicy. She's a spicy. I mean that with the most respect to her. She loves her spices. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Of course, in the United States, of course, it's Thanksgiving weekend coming up. So we have big Black Friday's happening and Cyber Monday. Man, I should have had my merch figured out before now, but I don't. Next year, I guess. That would be a good billboard. Yeah. No, she's not Italian. She's a Canadian, a spicy Canadian. Oh my gosh, you guys are great. So have a great rest of your week. Don't forget to check out, if you're interested, my kitchen design checklist. I've sold a bunch already, and I even got some good feedback on how to even make it even better, which I'm going to do. And so, of course, anyone who does purchase it, once I update it, I'll send that out to them. No problem. But because I think it's good to have just a good, good checklist. This one's a little different than you're going to see normally, because I'm asking some questions that don't normally get asked when you are doing a kitchen renovation. So I think it's good. So I get distracted because I look at the chats. So check that out if you want. It's $7 in the description below. And also, if you need help with a kitchen design solution and you need some designs, you need some renderings, check out that on my website. It's www. Here, I'll put it up for you, mtkd.ca. So that's where you'll find that. Oh, cool. Kitchen guys are here today. Cool. Yes. Send me pics. I love seeing pictures. Lots of people send me different pictures. Hey, Karen. Still not done praying a cook for Christmas. I hope you can as well. we're going to Denny's for Christmas. Not joking. That's our plan, because we're going to be in Florida. So hey, why not go to Denny's, get that Christmas vibe going. Gobble gobble, y'all. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. And we'll see you next Wednesday live on the channel. This week's video is all about the 2 types of kitchen trends that are out there, basically short-term, I guess, and long-term kitchen trends. It's going to be very interesting, but you'll have to wait till Saturday to watch that one. And otherwise, God bless. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week for sure. Oh, I got to end the broadcast. Okay, bye.